upload those kinds of videos. Of course, there is also Faceit VODs for match records. But let's have a look at the positioning. It's going to be only Dozier on the A site for the time being. Angel playing the A slope, and look at all these players here for Nip towards the boost area.
Yep, it looks like it could be a slow and steady boost coming out from Nip. Freiburg just watching the flank from the two exits from the A bomb site, but here we go. They are going to execute at mid. Exist is going to make his way through, but Angel quick on the rotation on short, drops one, but Exist is still lurking around. He will get the double, and are they going to wrap around B here?
Yeah, it looks like HellRaisers going to be able to at least hold that area for now. They still have the bomb site though. Delpan has ripped Flamey's face off. Adrenaline gets taken out as well. Again, pay attention to the very patient shooting there. He's not mashing mouse one. He's controlling his recoil. Get right, finishes HellRaisers off, and that is a good start here for the Swedish team. All right, round 2 here.
Forrest taking a leaf out of Angel's book, I think it is, with a Mac 10.
Indeed, yeah. Let's have a look and see what kind of Mac 10 he has.
He's showing off his knife at the moment. It's a beautiful karambit fade. And here we go, there's the boost, but hello, Kucha is going to get the entry frag, ironically, onto Freiburg, but Exist has played incredibly well so far. Let's see whether he can keep it up. 3 frags for him in the last 2 rounds as Get Right watches the flank near the B bomb site, and I think Nip are going to execute mid.
Angel's been abusing that scout, and as I say that, another frag comes in. This one was an honest one from that mid area. You can see him, he tagged one of the other players by jumping behind the box previously, which is counterintuitive to the way the game is supposed to be played, which is why I do not like it. So, 3 versus 3 here, and again you can see that hopping nonsense. Adren has gone down on the B bomb site. That will be the B bomb site in control of the Swedes. You can see CC has been smoked off, and there is going to be a safe plant. There is another option to plant it so it can be defended from the checkers area. Delpan looking to abuse his scout as well.
Dozier might be able to get a nice little frag onto Exist, but no, couldn't get it in the end because Exist was only on 9 points of health, and he may have even opted for the gamble to pick up the AK-47. However, he has managed to salvage a Galil, most likely from Team Main, as Get Right creeps up behind them. But Dozier gets the frag.
Well, that's an upgrade for him. Exist hunting, but he's only got 9 HP, so he's hunting with a little bit of hiding. Delpan looking for that scout frag, but
no upgrade for Dozier either. It's fair enough. It's more important to stay alive.
Absolutely. The Galil will do for the time being. All right. 2-0 to Ninjas in Pyjamas. Again, this is the final map in the first best of 3 of today. We are going to have 3 best of 3s for you. So after this map, it is going to be Nip versus Envy. And I know they will be watching with a close eye, especially to see how they utilize Delpan in this lineup.
Grenades come raining in on towards Kucha, and he will be blown to smithereens as Ninjas in Pyjamas, of course, capitalizing on the fact that they won the all-important pistol round. Get Right there, lifting his mouse very well.
Very nice.
And there we go. The B push will commence.
Freiburg just scanning like a Terminator, finds the frag onto Adren. Angel, the last defense on the B bomb site, and he will fall without much applause. Dozier in with a decision to make. Does he try and just save this Galil for the next round? Or does he go for some exit frags? I think it's going to be a bit of both. The Galil does have good armor penetration, actually. It is a good little rifle. And we are seeing some shenanigans on the B bomb site. Wow. Did Forrest go for a... Was that like a triple boost they were doing?
Definitely trying something out, and I guess that goes to emphasise that these bunch of lads aren't used to playing with each other. If it was something Delpan may have suggested, but...
I think they were just having fun.
Maybe, or maybe it was... I'd like to think it was a bit more than that,
I think it was a running double boost. I don't think triple boosts are even possible in CSGO, unfortunately.
That reminds me of the old 1.6 boost.
We used to see... my favourite boost, my old boost was... sorry, my favourite old boost, not my own boost, was on Dust 2, and you could boost over the mid doors and peek on top of them rather than through them. But never mind that. Not time to reminisce here. battle for B is on. Flamey finding the first frag and putting Delpan down to 22 HP. Going to try and pop flash himself out of there. There is actually a sneaky pop flash there, which we've seen from another player whose name leaves me. Apologies for that, but I'll try and point that out to you a bit later on. Forest with a timely wallbang, but only a little bit of damage done to Angel there, and those are going to try and contribute to that damage on Angel, put him down to 77 HP. So guns not knives for the team damage at the moment. I'm going to do a bit of a risk and follow that smoke. So I think the idea of that is to try and sell a vent push where the CTs can't see and may try and overextend to stop it, and Forest looking for the frag but won't find one, and with that wall they will indeed go through the vents onto B.
Yeah, they know that Flamey is on very, very low HP, and Dren will go down, which means that Flamey, only on 21 points of health, should be an easy frag as well for the Ninjas. But oh, I spoke too soon. Kucha quick on the rotation to nullify the Swedish threat, and Forest in a potential position for a 1 versus 3. He has a HellRaiser player to his right, and a HellRaiser player flanking him from the side. So most importantly, he will plant the bomb, but here come the HellRaiser players.
Right, so 1v2, as we said. He doesn't really know where these players are. There's one in checkers, and the other one is in that little corner, and he will find the frag, and his name is Angel. Forrest will know it well after that duel. So HellRaisers bring themselves onto the board here, finally, on the buy round for both teams, more importantly. So let's see what they can do with this, how much money they have in the bag. They don't have the cash for an AWP.
I haven't really seen NIP try and utilize one just yet. Oh, there it is. So double AWP. So you mentioned the double AWPs at the end of Inferno. So let's see how NIP managed to do with them.
Okay, double AWPs indeed. So let's have a look at where these dudes are going. Forrest going to be trying to get a pick onto the B site, but he will be smoked off for the time being. Delpan heading over to A as opposed to the boost spot, it seems. So passive start, as he doesn't know if anyone's to his right. Could potentially go for a pop flash as well, so he's got to be careful. That was a very nice nade there off the rim of the window. That's going to leave Get Right on 59 HP before he's seen a soul. So that's one to make a note of, people. That toxic nade there. That's the area. Is called toxic. So nobody dead for either team yet. Get Right looking for a pick onto the B bomb site, whereas the rest of his team are heading over to A. Still got significant presence in the mid area. Flamey potentially starting to get hungry for a frag. That smoke will give an indication as to where a player might be. Now Forrest has moved from B, looking for a frag onto A, and there's the first frag. Trade coming in there from Dozier though.
Yeah, but now NIP, they need to trade themselves and give themselves a man advantage. So here we go. It looks like they are in and around this A bomb site. Someone being spotted by Angel. Freiburg will nail Dozier in the head, and the bomb will go down. And we might see NIP's 4th round on the board. Down goes Angel, and Flamey finds himself in a 1v4. And I don't really fancy him for this one.
Yeah, it's still early days here, but their economy is in absolute tatters right now. And, sorry, HellRaisers. And this is going to be a difficult CT half for them should things continue this way. We are 1/3 of the way into the first half, and that's an unceremonious execution there by Freiburg onto Flamey. Let's look at the cash or lack of on HellRaisers. You can see Kucha with $3,000 in the bank, the rest of his team floating around 1,500. So he will keep most of his money so we can get an AWP as soon as possible. And the double AWPs continue here on the T side. Again, this dynamic capability from the Swedish side is really, really nice to watch. And there are the beginning of the proceedings here. Delpan, their second AWP on the T side, just hovering in the mid area. As Forrest will keep his distance while his teammate Get Right gets up close and personal.
Yeah. Don't worry, there may have been another person hiding in the B bomb site, but now, after they took mid control and went in towards vents, they will now know and be able to announce to the rest of their teammates that the B bomb site is, of course, empty. And take note of the plant spot as well, planted for checkers.
Exactly, that's the open plant, which allows you to defend from off the site so you don't get stuck in a funnel as the T side. So there's a 4-man retake attempt here. Not really much for HellRaisers to lose. They could opt to try and just hold all the exits, and I think they will, as at some point Nip will have no choice but to try and get out of there, and that's probably going to be easier for them to pick up guns than if they just try to charge into the site versus this arsenal of firepower. So one AK picked up for Kucha, and the T seem to have found the best option for escape, but look at the damage done. Only Forest will survive, getting 2 frags though, as the remaining CTs tries to go and pick up some more guns. They will survive with only 1 gun, but the damage to the T economy is significant.
It is, and again, one of the reasons why they probably didn't want to charge straight into the B bomb sites, because they knew NIP were utilising 2 AWPs, so 2 of them were most likely zoomed in on the most likely places in which they'd come from, and the AWP really, you always win in a scenario like that. And again, even though HellRaisers ecoed in the last round, even though they dropped quite a few NIP players, the money is still very, very tight. They only have Angel on an AK, and well, that AK's gone, and Flamey's going to pick it up.
Yep, so again, we are on the eco here. Trade frag finally coming in for HellRaisers, but not expecting much more from them. 4 versus 2. They do still have 1 AK, but I'm sure they'll want to save that for the next round. 1 minute on the clock. Bomb has not been planted. Flamey will be hunted here. So let's see how long he can survive for. Not that long at all. 2 AWPs makes the map a very dangerous one when you're trying to survive. Trying to salvage a gun for the next round. Salvage he won't, and Kucha finally whipping out his own big green gun. He needs to get this working. Now, they're in a situation that Nip were in on Inferno. They've got a 5-round deficit here. This is a fantastic start for the Swedish side. Can it continue?
Well, let's see where the AWP battle is going to happen. Kucha, I think, has realised that that isn't an AWP battle he's going to win, so he's going to try and change his position and try and capitalise on where he thinks there's a weakness. But talking about a weakness, no more get right for NIP, as Flamey disposes of him with ease outside the B-bomb site, which in fact leaves no Swedes around the B-bomb site. So if HellRaisers were to push this, they'd realise that it was clear and realise that this is going to be a full-pledged push onto the A-bomb site from NIP.
Okay, so Forrest holding the angle there, gets picked by 2 people at the same time, and they will combine to take him down. Angel falls around the forklift area. Dozier holding the angle on the door, and he will find a trade frag. Only Freiburg remains. So far, so good here for HellRaisers. They won the round with 4 players, which is really important. Again, their economy has been shot for this entire first half. Again, winning with 4 people leaves them with only 2,800 and around abouts for each player of their team. So it's a long, hard slog with a nasty incline here for HellRaisers, and they'll be trying to hold on for as long as possible. 1 AWP coming out on the rebuy here for Ninjas in Pyjamas. Freiburg with Galil. So you can see the economy has now been stretched here for Ninjas in Pyjamas.
Yeah, particularly because of that eco round earlier on where only Forest remained alive. But here we go, Exist toying with the wall bangs, whilst Dozier goes into a more passive situation, and
See who's first to cross that line for either side here, as they are both quite spread out across the map. Oh, Kucha, nice.
Wins the AWP battle. Forest prepares a smoke, and I think that's the very same smoke that's just going to land to protect vents. Is it? Yes,
Yep.
it is. So, are they going to capitalise on it, or are they just going to fake it? Let's wait and see. There's 2 CTs trying to hold mid by the looks of things. Get Right still left standing, unlike the last round where he went down nice and early to Flamey. 2 nades coming in towards the B bomb site, which tells me this could very well be a B split, but Get Right not peeking at the same time Freiburg did. It's now 4 versus 2. Forest, however, in a great position to flank. There is the frag, and at 2 versus 3 with the bomb on the back of these Swedes, this is still doable.
Alright, so Dren needs to hold a site here. That flash did not go in favour of the Nip side. I think they are the ones who threw it and didn't go to plan. That allows Angel to, Dren to hold down the site. And that's another round in the bag for HellRaisers. Now that smoke from Forest is an interesting one. I haven't seen that one thrown before. He is, oh, Dan would enjoy this. He is lining himself up with the D. And then throwing it over there. I'm not sure what his reference point is once he's lined up on the D, but
Definitely take a look at the demos and figure that one out.
yes.
Good nade from Kucha, going over boost. And no players towards the B-bomb site this time, James.
No, it seems like they're going for a fast A push, but with limited nades, they've gone for the force buy. They're charging through the smoke here. Can they get onto the right places of the site, though? With all that smoke, it's going to be hard for both teams now, as Exist finds himself behind Kucha. So 2, but they're versus 4, versus 3 now as they get the frag. That smoke may allow them to plant the bomb. They need to do it sooner rather than later, because the more time goes on, what was going on there? I guess they were... Was he trying to rotate as all the CTs were there? That would have been a long rotate, but I was going to say, the longer they don't plant the bomb, the more time the CTs have to get in position and try to punish them with only one gun available as the second person tries to plant the bomb. So they won't plant the bomb there. HellRaisers, again, with a late resurgence now, trying to get back into this match. 4-6, 2-round deficit. Nip on Eco again after that force buy. So again, they're keen to try and keep the money for the CT side as low as possible, hence that force buy with 2 pistols and... Holy potatoes! Adren just completely ruined. That was a life-ruining grenade. That grenade is going to require counselling afterwards.
Remember when we spoke about RPGs? That looked like...
That was the Panzer Shrek, straight out of Day of Defeat.
Panzer Shrek. Oh, nostalgia, nostalgia. What a weapon. I think I used to use it in the old Medal of Honors. But here we go. Get right and Delpan making their way towards a B-bomb site. Delpan with the AWP, and we'll get the frag. And an early one-man lead for the Ninjas.
Okay, that's an important one, as we've seen the Nip economy in tatters. They don't even have money anymore. They've just got bread and goats, and they're swapping them out for guns, and they're going hungry. Almost a second frag there for Delpan. Cheeky CT, trying to get some information. Manages to survive, but just about. Just over a minute on the clock here for the Swedish side. Let's look at the map control and remove that line. You can see there is nobody really in A for either side. Dozier positioning himself for a quick rotate, but he's going to go back to a closer angle on the site. Delpan getting a second frag onto the B-bomb site with Get Right as best supporting actor there, getting the assist. And it looks like they're going to go for the molly there. They've got Exists, just going to ask some questions on the A site, try to limit the rotation for as long as possible from the CTs, but Dozier's already going for it, finds a frag on Exist in fact, but that will keep him there for the time being, although it seems the game is up here and he's going to try and get to the B-bomb site as soon as possible.
Yeah, they know there's only 30 seconds left, and well, they've seen the Ninjas in Pyjama players make their way in towards B. It's all down to the man on your screens right now in Dozier. The smoke will stop the Molotov. He deals damage. See you later, Freiburg.
Time.
And with only 10 seconds to go, he knows Get Right needs to plant. Failing to get the headshot onto him, the bomb will go down, and he too will go down. And it's going to be 7-5 so far in favour of the Swedes.
If he landed one more bullet on Get Right, waist and above, that would have been the round over and in favour of HellRaisers. So very, very, very unfortunate there for HellRaisers. Nip stretched their lead to 2 rounds now after a comeback from HellRaisers, but HellRaisers have another bye after stringing a few rounds together. But let's see who gets the picks on B this time. Looks like it's going to be a fast push from the CTs here. Get Right down to 10 HP in an awkward situation. Doesn't win the duel there, and Delpan's going to go down as well. So HellRaisers charging back into this round, taking control of the situation. But Nip know that there might be a few plays to the B-bomb site, and they are positioning themselves to try and go for a quick A push. However, the HellRaisers team already rotating. Kucha spots Exist as well. Finally, he goes down to Freiburg. Let's see what Nip can do with this.
Freiburg spots someone at mid. He's got Dozier to his right. He will nail him in the head, leaving it at 2 versus 2. Adren now is going to rotate towards the truck, but Freiburg is hanging onto a thread, literally, with only 15 points of health. And the bomb is yet to go down.
45 seconds left on the clock. Forrest gets a huge frag, but they still need to plant the bomb there. Adren, oh, the trade's coming backwards and forth. That was an absolute war of attrition there. Freiburg running around. Not sure if he was looking for the AWP there, because I think he was going to try and get a plant for a quick money bonus, but then look for the AWP. AWP was not found. And Freiburg's going to drop one and throw it over to Delpan, I think. Ooh, we've got to Get Right with a Bison. But the question is it Battlescarred?
It doesn't look it.
That's disappointing. I'm going to tweet him immediately after this match.
How dare you use a Bison which isn't Battlescarred?
Okay, so Angel getting up close. He wants to go for that one tap with the P250. Teammates splashing in for him, and they will take down the Bison.
Yes, they will, leaving 3 AKs and an AWP. But talking about the AKs, there it is. Freiburg putting that AK red line to work. And he will soon realise now that the A-bomb site is in fact clear, because only Dozier plays it by himself. Delpan comes in with this, the AWP kill. And the bomb hopefully should go down this time for the Swedes, and it does.
Okay, so Flamey's got the Bison, and he's looking for war right now. He is advancing up mid to A. In fact, he will go for the CZ, which is probably quite reasonable considering, especially the range. Kucha, 1 HP, 5-7 in the defuse kit. I think it's time to save.
Definitely looks it, especially with Kucha on only 1 point of health. And the NIP players will fall back out the site, try to save their weapons, and put themselves on 9 rounds.
Okay, so we are going into the last round of the first half. Again, a great start by them into the Pyjamas side. Angel will fall, and Kucha is going to manage to keep that defuse kit for the final round, which is really good because he's got no armor. He's got the AWP, and he's got a defuse kit. That defuse kit could be what saves them this final round. There is the second one on Adren as well. All to play for both teams here. This match has been a war so far. Again, this is game 3 of this best of 3. Oh, I think we have a sneaky smoke here from the NIP side. Freiburg, possibly with a one-way smoke, taking down Kucha there. Gets a second frag onto Angel, and this is why he is regarded as one of the best entry fraggers in this game. 5 versus 3. So much time on the clock. There's a third frag for Freiburg. What is this man doing right now?
Well, some people call him Fragberg for a reason. Hat trick for him. He is left on 6 points of health, so he's probably going to be calling in his teammates to try and give him a hand, but he could make it 4 here. Unfortunately not. Dozier will get that frag, but NIP still with a 2-man advantage, and have they noticed Flamey? Now they have. Great stuff from Delpan, and Dozier left in a 1v4.
Yeah, he's got no choice but to go for this, as it is the last round of the half. So, Dozier versus 3 AKs and an AWP. Good luck and have fun, my friend. Actually, that's really interesting positioning, how he's trying to avoid certain angles there. So, nice play by Dozier, but that was definitely an insurmountable task. It will be 10-5 in favor of the Swedish side. Now, let's look at the kills. Delpan in the last map was top fragging pretty much the whole time. This time it is Freiburg after going nuclear in that previous round. Kucha is up there for his team as well. So these are almost the same scores for both teams, but it's going to be NIP winning the rounds. So what can HellRaisers do to put things back into their favor? We did see on Inferno both T sides went quite big considering. Can they do the same here? That is the question. Now, I do believe that the CT side may be more difficult for the NIP side, considering they have basically a sub in for the time being. Question is, where do they put Delpan and where were they putting Makalele? If Delpan is, for example, playing B solo with an AWP, then things will be a lot easier for them than if he is playing, say, rotation between mid and A, where you're going to need a lot more calling and so on, and team synergy and coordination. You will have to wait and see, but for now it is a pistol round. 3 players with armor for HellRaisers side, Flamey and Adren with a smoke and a flash each. And on the NIP side we have 4 players with armor, Delpan rocking 2 flashes and the defuse kit.
Yep, so Delpan ready with that flash. Forreston exists, like we've just seen pointed out there, doubling up on the A-bomb site. And we always say mid control is crucial on Cash, but in this case, like we saw a lot yesterday in Katowice, both teams opting to leave mid, and Exist really the only person who's got his eyes on it from MBK or Quad in the back of the A-bomb site.
This is a really interesting strat actually, because if we look at Titan's recent plays on pistol rounds recently, they've been doing some really interesting stuff where they've just been like completely abandoning bomb sites, just areas of the map, doing absolutely crazy stuff. And it seems we're seeing a very different play here from NIP as well, putting 3 people straight into the B bomb site and 2 people straight into the A bomb site. So look how passive HellRaisers are. Don't really know what's going on, and that little bit of information, they've sent information. They've sent Delpan like a probe around the map to try and scout, see what's going on. And they will probably get the inkling that HellRaisers is being passive. HellRaisers take control of the mid area now, and Delpan has rotated over to the A site as opposed to the B. First frag though coming in for Adren.
Yep, and there's another one on, thanks to Flamey, on to Exist. Delpan at the truck, Praying and praying, pulling the trigger on that USP. There's the Delpan USP headshot. We've seen a lot of them so far in this matchup. Is he going to make it count here on Cash? The Swedes, one man down, one man to the bad. Freiburg comes in with his world famous P2000. Get right to his left. But he too will be decimated by HellRaisers. And similar to what we saw on Inferno, where Ninjas in Pyjamas had a very strong first half, they failed to capitalize on the second half pistol. And that's essentially given HellRaisers a route back into the game.
Angel, of course, rocking the MAC-10 as per usual on these anti-eco rounds. Just going to get himself a Molotov as well. And again, this could be a very dangerous round for HellRaisers. They need to be careful with how they clear out the different parts of the map, as there are lots of corners on both sides where these 5-7s that exist, Forest and Freiburg, are rolling with, could be very dangerous. So they need to be careful again. We've got the passive play here from HellRaisers, but at the same time, they need to make sure they don't take too long. Wow, with this. Flamey showing why he was such an excellent pickup by this team.
Yeah, he's done very, very well so far, and maybe if he can carry on working some more of his magic, he can lead the HellRaisers to a victory here against NIP in this BO3. Forest hiding with the 5-7 at sandbags, failing to make it count, leaving Get Right with his Deagle, and Freiburg with a 5-7 to try and fight the incoming HellRaisers, or the CIS players. There is going to be one of them in Angel, making his way, or crab walking rather, through mid. But it's going to be very difficult for Ninjas.
Eutopia with only a pistol. It's going to be hunted by the remaining two players, and a bomb still needs to be planted. Get Right, getting that meaty Deagle shot in. So now it's a 3 versus 2. No rifles for Ninjas in Pyjamas just yet. Get Right just baiting with the gun. Flamey going to pop out, take Freiburg down. Knows the angle for Get Right though. That Deagle is not the quietest gun by any means. He could though get a one-shot, but that nade will take him out and he will die unceremoniously. Will be left in an unmarked grave. 3 rounds away from tying things up are HellRaisers. Good anti-eco round. Got one more to do, but I think we will see a weaker buy here from the Ninjas in Pyjamas team.
Yeah, we saw them bring it back to 11-11 on Inferno. So here we go, Angel with his good old MAC-10. He has, as a matter of fact, dealt a bit of damage onto Freiburg. That nade will also put him down to only 40 points of health. And HellRaisers playing this one very, very passive, but they've got to be careful here. The CT boost is coming in. Granted, Exist only has the USP. It won't go unnoticed. Kucha with the headshot.
That's the best death animation I've seen all week.
So we're heard the vent, and we'll drop Delpan.
Yeah, I wouldn't advise pushing mid on his own, especially with Get Right's position here. You can see he's just doing 360s, waiting to find someone to shoot. Still got a whole minute to play with here, so HellRaisers lots to do. You can see they are all together, which is really important. All but one. Still loitering around the mid area, looking for those rotations, trying to kill those flanks. And indeed, Flamey will take down Get Right on that rotation position. Adren opening up the bomb site, killing Freiburg, holding an angle on the smoke, and it will be all down to Forest to do what he can with that skinless USPS. USPS.
The USPS. And he might get a kill with it. Yes, he does. Down onto Flamey.
He hasn't even been touched.
He hasn't, but he does have no armor. It wouldn't surprise me if the AK-47 sent him back home to CT spawn, and it does. 10-8. And if NIP fail to win this bye round, then HellRaisers could very well tie things up again like they did on Inferno.
Again, note the decision-making of Forrest there. He got the frag on the other side of mid, but he could hear the rotation coming in, and they're going to get to him if he goes for that gun before he gets anywhere near that gun. So rather than try and pick it up desperately, he tries to get an additional frag. So lots of small things here that make up the excellent prowess of these players. 8-10. And that's going to discourage HellRaisers from peeking mid boost area for the time being. Currently got, I think, 3 players here. Get Right being the third one in the vent area. Quick rotation to be possible should he need to do it.
They've got to be careful with Get Right in vents, because I don't think HellRaisers had anyone up close to hear the vent actually shoot open. So they might not expect it.
HellRaisers have 3 Molotovs, and they can throw it from outside A main into vents to force him out of that position. And I think, I don't know, he's going for A main. So just trying to bait a peek from a player. Oh, Delpan with that off angle on an AWP. That's not an angle you see every day. Flamey with another frag from that door area. Very, very nice indeed. But still around a man deficit here. Oh, look at that snap from Dozier.
Flusher aim lock confirmed. Just joking. Anyway, Delpan climbing the ladder. Gets the AWP kill. On to Flamey. Leaving HellRaisers 1 man down. As Dozier looks to flank, he's... Oh no! Catches Delpan with his pants down with a nade in his hand. And look at that, he's expecting, as a matter of fact, someone to be rotating from mid. But with only 7 seconds on the clock, the grenade goes again. And Dozier's just going to have to save this AK-47.
Yep, that's all the choice he has left. And Ninjas in Pyjamas will pull another round forward, making it 8-11 here. So, again, this is very, very close and all to play for. Look at the money on Ninjas in Pyjamas. Despite winning that round, their money is very ropey. Very ropey indeed. Forest with no armor, going for double AWPs here on the Ninjas in Pyjamas side. Let's have a look at the positioning of these two. So, Delpan's going to be playing A rather than B with a very aggressive position. He is not giving a damn at all. He has to be careful about the box though. Manages to get 1 frag and lots of information for his team. Instant rotation coming in from NIP.
Yep, here we go. Dozier lands a headshot onto Delpan. Down he goes with that big green gun in the AWP. But get right, Forest and Freiburg are quick on the rotation thanks to Delpan's information. But Dozier leaps on top of the red box and drops 1. Get right comes in, leaves someone on very, very low HP, and that someone was in fact Dozier. And if the NIP players get a move on, they can still salvage this round, but they've got Adren to deal with first, and Get Right isn't looking healthy.
No, is he going to go for a... Oh, he's going for a straight defuse here, and Adren, is he going to get to him in time?
Oh!
That was pretty close. Good play by both players. Manages to go in HellRaiser's way, just about. And again, you can see Forest had no armor in that round. That was an expensive round for them. And you can't see the money for some weird reason, but let's see all that's left. They're going to be... Wow, this has gone all the way down to $200 here. So he's bought armor and a P250. So it seems like something of a force buy here with Delpan keeping some extra money for an AWP in a later round. So the force buy coming out here for NIP with a 2-round advantage. Trying to... Well, they want to win the round, but at worst case scenario, they want to make this as expensive as possible for the opposing force. Kucha with the AWP for his team. Bit passive at the moment, looking for a potential mid boost here. Expecting an eco. Won't be expecting a mag 7.
No, they won't be. And here's the boost towards mid. Get Right, just playing off that little ramp or the little slope where he can just jump up and down and keep his eyes on A main. Meanwhile, Adren scouts out mid. Make sure there's no CTs lurking by in vents or up close. And he knows that that's where the pistols deal the most damage, hence why he's checking those angles. But very slow and passive from HellRaisers. They know that they've got to be careful here against the Mag 7. Well, they're not expecting a Mag 7, but the pistols at least.
Okay, so the flank comes in from Delpan. And that's 1 frag with 30 seconds remaining, and this is where things get dangerous. The bomb is nowhere near either bomb site, heading towards B though, it seems, but HellRaisers will have no choice but to try and advance onto this site with only a few seconds remaining, and that's where things could go wrong for them. That said, the bomb site has been completely vacated by the CTs, so 12 seconds remaining, they need to go for a very safe plant indeed. And Dozier going for a fake.
Ooh.
He's got to get this bomb down.
Oh, NIP could win this, you know. Oh.
See, HellRaisers playing with fire here. That could have almost... If that frag came in, that's the end of the round.
Exactly.
They've got 4 players alive.
Exactly.
So by the skin of their teeth, they are making it a bit too hard for themselves. But they managed to eke out that round, and they had 4 people survive. So that could have gone horribly wrong, but it went their way. So a little bit of luck for HellRaisers will close the gap to 1 round, and we've got their proper eco coming out this time for Ninjas in Pyjamas, as their money is completely shot.
Yes, we do. So Dozier looking to put that AK into action and does so successfully, dropping Freiburg. leaving 2 more players on this B-bomb site to try and surprise the HellRaiser players. Kucha, unlike him, missing 2 easy AWP shots. But at the moment, HellRaiser's undecided on whether they want to go towards the A-bomb site or the B-bomb site. Just perhaps trying to see whether they can get another entry frag on the board.
It's interesting that we said that Delpan is... well, I said that he is probably a more consistent AWPer than Makaleli, but he hasn't shown that today. However, you have to imagine that there's a lot of pressure on his shoulders. So, again, we will have another best of 3 with Nip following this match. So we'll see if he can bring his A game as these games continue. But for now, it is a clean-up operation here for HellRaisers. Only 1 player remaining for Nip. That's going to be Get Right. So only 1 player down for HellRaisers, and the match is tied 11-11 in game 3 of 3, Nip versus HellRaisers.
Yes, indeed. And NIP, even though they had such a strong CT half, again, we're seeing they won the CT half 10-5. We're seeing a repeat of what we saw on Inferno. HellRaisers have brought it back, but take note that when we hit this point on Inferno, this was when NIP finally bought up and woke up as well. So let's see whether they have woken up and smelt the bacon, or whether we're going to see yet another HellRaisers round. And of course, bear in mind, guys, whoever wins this map here on Cash will win the best of 3 between the 2 sides. And we do have NIP versus Envious coming up soon. Forest ready to go for that game. His aim is on point. Here's someone in team main, but he is going to fall back and hide behind the sandbags.
Really good repositioning there. They had the information that he was near the vent area, so he got the frag, then changed his position entirely, so they no longer have any information. There was a really fast advance here onto mid from the NIP side. They had the mid entrance smoked off for the T's pretty much straight away. Get Right opened the vent as well, went into the vents. So very good control. But with 45 seconds remaining, the CT side are lacking information as to the location of the remaining T's, and the push is going to come in to the A-bomb site now. They will have the info as to what's going on. You can see the rotation on your radar of the CTs, but Delpan is cutting these numbers down. There are 2 frags for him there on Dozier and Adren. Flamey is the only one remaining, and that is going to be a solid round for Nip. Also important that they had 4 people survive, as we've mentioned their economy already. Economy definitely looking rosier for HellRaisers at the start of that round, but now they're going to have to splash the cash to proceed in round 24. So 1 round down. AWP is out again for Kucha, who is top fragging for his team. Delpan trying to catch up with Forrest at the moment, so despite not necessarily having his A game in that so far in this match, he is still getting lots of frags for his team. There's a fast one for Flamey. Good control of the vent area, not allowing, sorry, the Swicky area, not allowing Nip to go for an early flank there. So that will put them at a disadvantage with a lot of time for HellRaisers to play with.
Yes, indeed. So bomb going towards the B, nope, going back towards mid. The nade going over Boostman, unfortunately. No CTs there to take the damage, as HellRaisers stick to their philosophy, or the CIS philosophy, which we of course see from Navi as well, that if you're patient, if you take your time, if you go by slow and steady wins the race, you will eventually reap the rewards and unlock the defense in which you try to destroy. So Exist, once again, the lone man on the A-bomb side, but they're all coming towards Get Right. And it's only going to be 2 from him, Adren, and here come the rest of the terrorists from Vents as well. The last CT on this bomb site is Freiburg, and he's only got 23 points of health. And see you later, Freiburg, and HellRaisers, most likely from this point onwards, will make it 12-12.
This map is going down to the wire here. Again, this is the final map of this best of 3. Exist versus 3, all to do, and Kucha says no, sending him into a missile position with that AWP. So that's an important round for HellRaisers in the bag. Again, this is going to be an expensive one with 3 people having to rebuy. But look at the money on the Ninjas in Pyjamas side. They're not going to force it this time. Get Right with a lot of money in the bank, 4,200, but the rest of his team a bit trailing. So I'm sure we'll see an AWP from them in the following round. 12-12, we are closing in on that 16. Will someone take 16, or will we go into overtime? That's a question, as this is a back and forth, and Forrest goes flying. They are on an eco. They've got 2 frags though, so this is really important. Get Right is on the wrong side of the map to try and salvage a weapon here, but the damage is being done. Looking at the T economy, this is really important because this could come into play in the the dying stages of this round. They will try to stop Get Right from picking up a weapon. They don't know his location. He is on the site. He's coming for them. Well, they are coming to him. And he has a P250. He's got one frag as well. If he can just stay alive here and try and get himself one-on-one, he won't, as Dozier will get on the climbing frame and shoot him from above. So, Ninjas in Pyjamas with a full buy coming out for their team. Delpan picking up the AWP once again. Forest having to settle for a FAMAS.
Yep. Money is very, very tight for Ninjas in Pyjamas. And the bomb going towards the A-bomb site. So the defensive smoke coming out from Forest. He's going to be the man to try and get mid-control for the CTs. But Delpan, such a crucial player for NIP. Has been so far, based off Inferno and his performance so far on Cash, goes down. And it's not the first time we see him be the first player to go down. He is going in search of those entry frags, but he's not getting them. And HellRaisers now, they've got plenty of time to work with.
Indeed they have, and let's also note that 3 of the NIP players don't have helmets. So if somebody pulls the pistol out on the HellRaiser side, it could be deadly, especially Kucha if he gets himself into a tight spot. So something to note as this round progresses. Bomb is currently loitering outside the B bomb site as HellRaisers try to discern where all these CTs are playing. So they're asking some questions over to the A-bomb site, potentially trying to stretch the CTs before the push to B comes in. You can see a slow rotation from the Ts away from A as the rotation comes in from the NIP players. Exist with a trade frag through the door there. That's going to leave only Forest on the A-bomb site, sorry, the B-bomb site.
Yeah, Forest is going to miss those AWP shots. It's successfully faked from HellRaisers. And they need to plant this bomb. Dozier just millimeters away from Freiburg. Here's him breaking that vent. Dozier will flash him and should be able to take him out. There it is. Superb fake from a superb team based off what we've seen so far. HellRaisers now, after winning this round, will only be 2 more rounds away from winning this series, from winning the entire BO3 up against Ninjas in Pyjamas. And just to get an exit frag, but they now know where he is.
Yes, the NIP fans need to be worried now as the numbers are stacked. And when I say numbers, I'm talking about the score. HellRaisers about to make it 14-12 here. They've got the cash as well. Although they will have a little bit less following that round. So they're still not running away with the money. But Ninjas in Pyjamas in a very difficult position. Do they force it now or do they play for overtime? That is the question.
What would you do?
I think I would play for overtime because, I mean, we've seen most of the ecos here. They've just been completely cut down by the HellRaiser side, which is to be expected when you have a full buy versus ecos. So, that said, HellRaiser going to give us the fast forward. Indeed, and now you can see why they didn't go for the buy here. Let's remove that third person mode. Freiburg going to see what he can do here, but the Ninjas in Pyjamas are on the ropes right now. And their team, their trainers in the corner holding the white flag. But is the towel going to get thrown in? This could be the last round.
It very well could be, unless, and this is a big unless, Ninjas in Pyjamas manage to bring it back to 15 all. Like James was talking about, take us back to, or take us to overtime. Here we go, the double AWP setup coming out from Forest and Delpan. Haven't done too bad so far, but probably, based on what we've seen so far, in particular on DDoS 2, need a few levels under their opponents. Kucha getting the entry frag, Flamey with another, and it looks like this BO3 is just going to crumble for the Ninjas in Pyjamas. Is this going to be a HellRaisers victory? The way things stand right now, it most likely will be.
Yeah, this is not the start that Ninjas in Pyjamas needed. 5 versus 2, 5 versus 1, and this is pretty much a wrap. Have to wonder if people are going to start switching their bets in the next match. But for now, we are in the death throes of this best of 3 between HellRaisers and Ninjas in Pyjamas. And there it is. Freiburg gets his face ripped off. And that will be a 2-1 here in favour of HellRaisers. So not the result people were expecting.
Nope, not whatsoever. But maybe that'll make NIP ask questions to themselves regarding Delpan. But like you